Negative.
Okay, well, we'll send you pictures then. Don't worry.
What are we sending pictures of?
Like Bree said that she can't move away because of my Nina. So good luck.
Just so you know, whatever's on here is automatically recorded.
Oh, darn.
Way to go, Vanessa.
I think it only started recording when I got on.
Yeah, not until you got on.
Yeah.
Me and Lex are teasing each other.
Well, that's all right. We like that.
It's only because we want Brianna to cook for us.
I would like anybody to cook for me. I wouldn't care who it was. Okay, let's see here.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. I am going to. Okay. And give me a second here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. There's what I want. Okay. I found what I was looking for. Hi, guys. If you want to say anything, you're going to have to unmute yourself because I would like feedback. But if you have background noise or whatever, I muted everybody. And Casey is working out. I'm going to be doing that soon, but not right now. I really don't like this quiet at all. Anyways, okay. So I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to kind of go through and get us all excited. And are you guys all loving the 25 messages a day? Nod.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. I know I have like so many chat boxes open. I found myself sending wrong things to wrong people. I was like, wait a second, take a breath. It's okay. Anyways, so what I want to talk about is I have some notes here too, but I got to take this off and I need to mute my phone. You know, one of the things, I loved your story, Michelle, today. I've heard pieces of it before. If you guys haven't listened to her video, she made a video today and it's on her timeline, Michelle Holmberg. Go stalk it and watch it when we're done. One of the things that I thought was great about her video is she said, you know, not everybody joins for the money. And that is exactly how I'm going to start today. You know, we don't just offer a financial opportunity. We offer hope and freedom to people. That is what we offer, hope and freedom. And that can mean different things to different people, and it is not always about the money. I need to get a drink of water. Vanessa or Michelle, unmute yourself and take over for a second. I'll be right back.
Vanessa,
Sorry.
you want to do it? You do it.
I didn't hear what she said. I was on trying to get my dogs in the crate. Sorry, guys.
She said one of us take over because she went to get a drink of water. So I'll let you take over.
I'm back. I just wanted noise. I couldn't leave you guys silent. That's all. That was really fast, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I might have to get more. I feel extra thirsty. And I'm making chicken and dumplings in the crock pot. Okay. Anyways, so our job is to basically excite people and invite people. Does that sound easy enough to remember? So we're offering hope and freedom. Hope and freedom can look different to different people. I always tell you, you know, freedom isn't always financial freedom. Sometimes it's time freedom. Freedom offers you choices. And so our job as distributors and leaders in this company is to get people excited about what we have, whether it is the product or the business opportunity. Were most of you on Stephanie and Joel's Zoom this morning? I know that in Dream Team, Michelle, didn't you go live in Dream Team with it? And I was live in Raps Rock with it. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that and tag your distributors in it because they're black diamonds and they keep it simple. And one thing that I loved is how they lead with the opportunity, just like I tell people to do. So our job, again, is to excite people and invite people. You're inviting them into this adventure with us. here's a fun kind of, I think this morning, my quote in Raps Rock was actually a Bible quote, Matthew 7:7. But here's something to go along with that. You have not if you ask not. You know, if we don't ask people, the answer is always no. You don't get anywhere if you don't ask. So for those of you messaging, and I don't care if you unmute yourself and just chime in real quick, but for those of you messaging more people because of this challenge we've been doing daily than you ever have, are you feeling like you're getting more results and talking to more people? Just chime in and say yes or oh my gosh or anything.
I know I am.
Okay, good. At least one. I know I am. There's a message thread today going on in one of the triple and above groups, and you know, some of the girls in there, somebody was asking, well, how many people do you message a day and talk to? And some of them it's literally one or two, which is what I think that most of us probably do. But then there's some people in there that do message 25 people a day and talk to them. There's some in there that message 50 to 100 a day and talk to them. And those are the people that are enrolling 15, 25 distributors and customers every month. You know, do I think that we can keep up with that pace? Absolutely, for a while. You can do anything that you put your mind to for a short amount of time. You know, some people can do it for 6 months. Some people can do it for a year. You know, how do you find those people? You network. You add people to your Facebook daily. Go through your yearbooks. I mean, everybody here's out of high school, right? Go through your yearbooks and find out who you're not connected with on Facebook that you forgot about. Oh my gosh. You know, there's an idea. That just came to me today, by the way. I'm going to be doing that because my 30-year reunion is this year.
Hey, Stacy, real quick, I'll tell you on that too. See if your high school or your actual class has a Facebook page.
Yes.
Because I added a ton of people that way through my high school alumni page, and my class has a page that we started 15 years ago for our 10-year anniversary, or maybe it was 10 years ago for our 20th. But I've added a lot of people that way also, because then you know who's on Facebook right away.
Yes, exactly. That's an awesome tip, because my class does have an alumni page too. So that's an awesome tip. I haven't even thought about doing that. And I come from a really small, my graduating class in high school only had 32 people. So, you know, I need all the people I can get. A yearbook just doesn't suffice for me. I need years and years. Okay. So this isn't, I have some notes to go off of, but this isn't going to be just like me rambling on, and well, it could be because you know me, but some tips for you, okay? When we're messaging people and talking to people, always speak in the affirmative, okay? Such as, when you join my team, when you order, instead of if you join my team. Always speak in the affirmative as if they're going to join or buy. Assume the sale. Assume that everybody wants what you have. It is so important. But by doing that, you're going to have to get excited. And remember, we're going to go back to excite them and invite them. I love that. Isn't that a cute little coin term? I like it. I do want to talk a little bit about customers too, because customers are very important. Customers, in reality, is kind of, as Rhonda always says, the distributors are the bricks and the customers are the mortar. So the customers are where we're going to gain most of our residual income. If any of you have any kind of downline right now, you probably have more customers than you have distributors, and that's the way we want it. I think on average in my organization, there is a ratio of 4 to 5 customers for every distributor. So that's a good ratio to have. We always want more though. But what we're going to do is talk a little bit about keeping the customers that we have and keeping them happy. And that's the most important thing, because can you imagine if we could retain like 90% of our customers? Can you even imagine how much your volume would go up? It'd be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? I have not always been good at retaining my customers, especially in the beginning. I got so many customers, I didn't even know that I was supposed to try to retain them. You know, I just assumed everybody was going to stay on, but you know, that's always a surprise. So keeping your customers happy is really super important. And remember, anytime, I say this a lot, and I'm probably going to be jumping around a lot, but anytime you watch anything or listen to anything, you have to implement what you learn. And you can't take every single thing you learn on one video or call and implement it all at the same time. Take 1 or 2 items and implement them, and don't expect overnight success. Even with this 25 messages a day, it takes time to learn the skills. And it's really imperative that we do learn and develop our skills so that we become better at what we do. Even me, I mean, we all need to develop skills forever. So some little key phrases that I wrote down from a few different books that I read about network marketing. A lot of this is actually from Sarah Robbins, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Have any of you guys ever read that book? It's really cheap and it's a really short read. Maybe I'll read it. I haven't even ever finished my badass book. Huh. I'm like almost through and we need to finish that. One of the things that she says is when she's talking, so imagine yourself blitzing and talking to people. And one of the ways she leads with it is she says, I've got a new business in your area. Would you be willing to? And that could be host a party. It could be try a rap. It could be let me practice with you. It could be hear about my business. Would you be willing to hear more about my business opportunity? Would you be willing to get some friends together and host a rap party? Or would you be willing to let me come rap you for $25? I love the would you be willing thing. I like that. Another thing is, you know, when I've said this so many times, but when we're networking and maybe we're at the grocery store, that's my favorite place to say because that's probably where I go most often, is, you know, we're all really nervous to strike up a conversation with anybody. And as women, it's a little bit easier, I think, sometimes because you can say, oh, those are cute shoes, or oh, that's a cute purse, or oh, I love your hair, or Ty, I don't know what to tell you. Keith, if you're on here, I don't know what to tell you, but I know that there's got to be ways to strike up conversations. You know, guys aren't going to say, oh, I like your shoes. I mean,
no, wait, Brianna, is Chris on with you? If Chris is on, seriously, I mean, I know Ty talks to other people too as well, but I know that Chris is just
Chris, tell us how you strike up a conversation with somebody in line at the grocery store. It's okay. Kids are there. You're on.
Yeah, you're on.
The weirdest ways. I don't know. I've always been outgoing, so it's real easy for me. But, I mean, the biggest way is just to be straightforward. I don't know. It's just to say hello. How are you doing? You know, and then from there, you know, I don't really know the answer because it's so simple for me.
Like when we go to dinner, we always ask people, like, have they heard of it or stuff like that.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I'm trying to think of the last person. Denny's?
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. It's just very casually.
Yeah. I was a little bit thrown off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine because I put you
sorry.
on the spot. I should say that I think Michelle put you on the spot.
And it's cool, and it's not a big.
It was Vanessa.
You know, usually that's one of my biggest things is I'm real straightforward. So as I'm straightforward with these people, I mean, it kind of shocks them. So the last person that I asked, I mean, Vanessa challenged us. We said we were at Denny's, and she challenged us. She said, well, I bet you can't sign your waitress. Well, we signed her.
I remember that.
You know, we blitzed her, and we moved forward with all that just by asking her, hey, have you ever heard of It Works? Or I'll ask people, hey, where do you work out at?
There you
And
go.
they're like, huh? And I'm like, you work out, right? And they're like, you know, most of the times they're like, yeah. Or if not, they'll be like, well, I haven't been in a long time. And so that's a way to open up conversation.
Awesome. I love that. Ty, do you have any perspective on that?
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, we're going to come back to Ty because I know his internet connection is always...
Can you hear me?
Barely, but you're in slow motion again, Ty. So can you send a message to the chat and I will read it? Hopefully he
Okay.
can hear me. Do we have any other guys on that can talk? I don't know if Keith is on because I know he's at work. So I don't know.
You know what? Just being around Chris too and seeing him interact, I know sometimes it might be a fear for men, like if you have your husbands in this business or if you have a man on your team, because it's been asked to me, well, I don't want women to think I'm, saying that they're fat or, that I'm trying to pick up on them or different things. But I think if you just think about it anytime, and it throws me off sometimes, like if I'm in the grocery store and somebody goes, hi, I'm like, why are you saying hi to me? Like, do you know what I mean? Because people don't do it anymore. And so when I consciously think about it, oh my gosh, I'm going to say hi to every person that walks by me today and hand them, and share this opportunity. But if I weren't doing that, just if you go in with that confidence of, hi, how are you? Like he said he does, because that's really him. I'm always like, why are you talking to everybody? But it's so good because it could be, yes, I have boys. Yes, I have kids. Yes, I go to the gym. Yes, my fiance, this, whatever. It doesn't have to necessarily start with the rap coming from a man. So
Right.
I know just from watching Chris, if you have a husband in this business, you can use your wife, or your husband can use your wife. And then if you're single, you could still just use other things. Just how's your day? Just, the weather, whatever it might be, and then kind of lead from there. Because people, get so busy and it throws them off, but it kind of feels nice to have somebody smile at you and say, hi, how was your day?
Right.
Or hi, thank you, or hi, can I help you?
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the excitement. Get them excited. Spread happiness everywhere you go. Seriously. It just brightens people's day. So asking people questions about themselves is another great approach. And especially when you're nervous to talk to people, if you get people talking about themselves, people love to talk about themselves. And that can be kind of an icebreaker. You might just say, what do you do? Or where are you from? Or do you have kids? The where are you from thing, are you from around here, as an example? You might say, awesome. I'm building a business in that area. Would you be willing to? How easy is that? Seriously, pull out your Blitz card. You know what I'm saying?
Space.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that can help too, and they don't cost any more than the Blitz cards, is the business cards that you can get. Can you guys see that?
Mhm.
Because it doesn't have the wrap on it, and the WOW ones are good too, but you can give someone a WOW one and they're going to go, oh, do you think I look old? And people sometimes, if they're afraid to give someone a Blitz card because people are going to think that they look fat. But I have both. I use this when I think somebody might get offended if I give them a Blitz card, because this just has products on it. And I'll say, hey, have you heard of It Works, like Chris was saying, but using this is less of a in your face than the Blitz card. So I would suggest getting both, because you get 250 of these already printed with your name, your phone number, your website, and your email, and it's like $20 or $15, I think even. So it's the same as the Blitz cards. So that's just another, I know that that's helped me.
And that's a thought too, because I have business cards, but they do have the before and afters on them.
Can I add something?
Absolutely.
There's been something that's actually been in my heart for like the last 2 days. As I've been listening to people, I've been listening to different Zoom calls and different people from It Works and all throughout the business. And there's this one statement in this crazy book that I read, and it says, "Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not." And I know that's a lot, but listen, be not weary in well doing, because in due season you will reap if you faint not. And I've watched Brianna, I've watched her, and even myself now, I've watched us go after people and different people and all in all kinds of angles, and get turned down and turned down and turned down. And even just recently, I had a man that finally, he said, "Hey Chris, I got paid. Remember we were talking a while back? Can I sign up?" And I went and met him at a car wash and I signed him up. So, I just feel like, man, that consistency, and I know we talk about it all the time, but just to reiterate it, that the consistency, man, if we faint not, that it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Things are going to happen and we're going to reach the top.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I love that. You should have, you or Brianna should post that in the PREZ group at some point when you can. I really like that. Ty, this is what Ty says. He says, I just look for something I can genuinely ask them about or compliment them on. It opens it up. I'm a running shoe whore, so I always ask them about their shoes. So, you know, whatever works for you, it doesn't even matter. I love that, Ty, and I knew that about you, actually. But you know, if we think as our job as just to get people excited and to make them happy, doesn't that make everything so much easier? You know, just like Vanessa said, making it a goal to say hi to people as you pass them in the store or on the street, just to try to brighten somebody's day. Things will change for you when you change your attitude like that. It's absolute truth. Okay, so customer retention. You know, not only just kind of going backwards a little bit as far as using things in the affirmative. When we're chatting with somebody on Facebook or on the phone or however we're talking to them and communicating with them, and using that affirmative and saying, so often people do not just say, you know, hey, while we're on the phone or chatting, can I get your order started for you? Or, hey, while we're on the phone, you know, can I get your info and we can get you signed up as a distributor to start your adventure? Ask for the business. That is so, so important. There's so many people that do not, they just won't ask for it. It's like you think that they're going to come to you and say, okay, I'm ready. And yes, some people do, but more often than not, you have to ask them, is it your time? Is it your time? A great thing to do for your customers is to send them a handwritten, personal thank you note. You know, even if you got 4 customers a week, that's not even one thank you card a day. I mean, I'm thinking on the big side here, 4 customers a week, because it's absolutely possible to complete the steps of success every week, don't you think? Because we're up in our game. You know, in that note, you can say, text me or call me when your product arrives, and I'll follow up with a phone call. How awesome would it be if we could really do that with all of our customers? You know, you can answer any questions they have about the product, make sure they have proper directions for whatever it is that they're using. Sometimes they forget from the time they order and what we tell them until their product arrives. Your next follow-up should really be about a week before their next shipment goes out. Ask them if they have any questions, you know, make product suggestions, see how they're liking the product, ask if you can help them modify their order. But literally, again, I think this is from this particular book by Sarah Robbins. One of the things she says in there is if you treat your customers like royalty, they will give you loyalty. I remember a story in this book from the first time that I read it, and she says how she loves to shop at Tiffany's. And she makes like $5 million a year. And you guys all know that Tiffany's is pretty expensive. It's not that she couldn't go find similar jewelry somewhere else for less money, but it's the customer service that she gets there. She gets a phone call to see how she's liking whatever she has, or she gets a handwritten personal thank you card from them thanking her for her business. That is what keeps her going to Tiffany's to buy jewelry. And isn't that something? I mean, it's true. Now, you guys don't all have Nordstrom's where you live, but for those of you in the Northwest, did you know that Nordstrom's has personal shoppers? Anybody can go in there and use a personal shopper. And it's basically somebody that kind of goes around and gathers clothes and accessories for you that you can try on. And you don't have, it's not a certain amount of money you have to spend. Anybody can actually get this. But you know what's cool is the way that it makes you feel like you're royalty, like you are somebody. And if we can just treat our customers and our distributors like they are something, that one person is everything to your business. Wouldn't that change everything? Just spreading that love like Vanessa's so good at doing. Let's see. Also, you guys already know this, but I'm going to tell you again, your customers make the best business prospects. If you have not gone back and offered every one of your customers the business, you need to do that. It's not too late. You can say something to them like, hey, I know you've been using the product for a few months, a month, 2 months, a year. It doesn't matter how long they've been using the products. I am looking for people to join my team or to go on this cruise with me or whatever it is that you want to say that love using our products. You know, I get some great benefits of it as a distributor. Are you interested in learning more? It can be that simple. But going back and offering those customers the business. Ask for referrals. Monica was just talking about this I can't remember what day it was, just a few days ago on one of our Zooms about asking for referrals. And, you know, you can even make up your own little referral program. You can't advertise it on Facebook, but I'm just talking if you're chatting with somebody and you say, hey, you know, if you know of anybody that you think might be interested in using these products and they sign up as a customer, you know, I would love to send you a week's supply of greens, or I'd love to send you a little goodie bag full of whatever. Use your imagination. You know, you could even say, I'll give you $5 off a wrap for every referral you give me that wants to try a wrap. Think about that. That's kind of like a party, isn't it? They're getting $5 off for every person they refer you that wants to try a wrap. You can offer them incentives. You can offer, you know, if you know somebody that you think would enjoy this business, you could offer them $20 if they refer somebody to you that becomes a distributor. You can really literally come up with anything you want to as far as getting referrals. So that's a great way when you feel stuck. You know, go back to your customers, offer them the business. If they're not interested, ask for referrals. Offer them an incentive to give you referrals. You know, I especially think that that's imperative for us to do because our referral links are gone for customers. But we can still reward them. Hold on a second here. Oh, here's something else from Ty. It's time to send out Christmas cards to those you have an address for. It's out of season, and include a Blitz card and a note. I love that. It's a great idea. Look at that. He's got a Christmas card hanging up there. You know, you can send cards out to people. And I mean, you could send out Happy 4th of July, Happy Independence Day cards, right? Couldn't you? Wouldn't that make somebody feel special? I love that idea. It would really make people do a double take, too, if they got a Christmas card this time of year. I'm just being really early. I love it. Okay, so how do you offer the business when you get product inquiries? This is my favorite thing because this is what I do. If I don't offer people the business, I feel guilty. I've even gone all the way to where they're going to sign as a customer, and then I'm like, wait, back up. I feel guilty if I don't say this to you. So what are some things that you can say? You know, I'm just going to use the biggest inquiry we get is usually weight loss or wraps. So we'll just say wrap. Somebody's messaging me and saying, so tell me about these wrap things. I might say to them, awesome. Are you interested in getting healthy, losing weight, or making some extra income? That's one thing I might say. I might say a little blurb about the wraps. You know, what area are you trying to work on? How much do you know about the wraps? And then I might say, hey, by the way, this is an amazing business opportunity if you're looking to add an extra stream of income to your household. Okay? I might say, you know, tell them a little bit about the wraps again, or whatever it is that I'm telling them about. And then I might say, by the way, I get some amazing benefits as a distributor. Would you be interested in learning more? That's 3 ways that you can offer and plant that seed to prospects. Because what do we want? We want distributors in the company with us that want to use the products. Why would you want a distributor that doesn't want to use the products? Doesn't that seem kind of silly in reality? You know, every so often I'm doing a call and I find out that there's somebody that's been in for 6 months and they've never tried any of the products themselves. They've never put a wrap on themselves. They've never tried the greens. Oh my gosh, how can you be out there getting people excited about what you're offering them if you're not using it? You have to use your products. I'm not saying you have to use every single one, but by George, you better be using something and you better love something, or you're not going to be able to convey that enthusiasm to people. So those are 3 ways that you can offer the opportunity, and you should be doing that with every product inquiry. Find a way. Especially those people, how about those people that say, oh, that doesn't fit into my budget? You know, because one of the things I do when I'm talking to customers or potential customers is I'll say, you know, the wraps retail 4 for $99 or 4 for $59 is a loyal customer. I don't say anything else. They come back to me and they say, well, what's a loyal customer? And I say, a loyal customer simply agrees to purchase 1 product a month for 3 months in a row. It is on an automatic shipment. And you can even change your products each month. Period. Well, they come back to me. Usually I'll say, I have to back up. After I tell them the prices, I say, will that fit into your monthly budget for a few months? So then they either say, yes, it will, or, you know, what's a loyal customer, blah, blah. Anyways, you know, especially those ones that say, well, that won't fit into my budget. That's when I'm going to say, you know, this is an amazing business opportunity if you're looking to add an extra stream of income to your household. So there's always ways. You just have to look for the cues, and don't say too much at a time. Let them ask you questions. If you're saying too much, there's no, you know, I've gotten screenshots from distributors before that have said, well, where do I go from here? And they send me screenshots of their conversation, you know, and it's this long, and they've told them everything they could ever tell them about being a customer, being a distributor. It's $99 to start. I mean, you name it, they've said it. And I say to them, you've left nothing else to say. There's no mystery. You've spilled all your guts. So remember, you know, whether you're posting on Facebook, whether you're messaging people back and forth, you have to leave a little bit of mystery, because you have to pique their curiosity and get them excited so you can get them invited. You have to give, isn't it more fun, like when we have these calls and they say we know that there's something coming up because they've given us hints? Isn't it more exciting leading up to that Sunday night call or whatever day they're going to announce something amazing, because they've given us all these little clues and gotten us excited before they invite us into whatever the promotion is that's going on? You have to, that's how you have to think, is you have to create that excitement. I hope that made sense to you guys. Okay, so we're going to talk about a little bit more about sponsoring, because that is where we're going to build our residual income. And there's probably people on this Zoom, or maybe people that are going to watch it in our PREZ group, that have never sponsored anybody. And a lot of times they haven't sponsored because they haven't asked, or maybe nobody's even shown them how to ask. And literally, I'm here to tell you right now, you don't have to know a thing. You do not have to know anything. Actually, the less you know, the better. Keep them excited. Get them interested with your enthusiasm. I know you guys have heard me say over and over and over, when I started this business, I knew nothing. Nothing. I used to just say stuff like, oh my gosh, you know, people say, well, how do you make money? I don't know, but I'm having a really good time. It's just weird. It's amazing. My head's spinning. You really should do this with me. And they did, because I was so excited about it. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how you made money. I knew you made wrap cash, but that's about it. So just your enthusiasm and getting people excited about what you're doing and what you're offering is what is going to get you far, but you have to ask for the business. You know, for people, new people equals new growth. Newness is what lights the fire constantly. If you are feeling down in your business, I don't care if you've been in for 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years, ask yourself, when's the last time you put a wrap on somebody? When is the last time you brought in a new business partner? You know, if you feel like your team is not working, you have to look in the mirror, because you're probably not working. I don't care if you have 1 distributor or 1,000. If you feel like, oh, my team is not working, my team is just not doing this, they're not doing that, take a look in the mirror, because it's probably you. They will mimic what you do. I don't care how new you are. The second that you bring in your first distributor, You're a mentor to them, and they want to follow the leader. So you have to lead. You know, we all have times in our life where maybe we aren't the best leader. Maybe we're not kicking it up a notch and doing what we need to do. And that's okay. We're all people. But all in all, you know, we need to take responsibility for our business, period. A really important thing I feel like is, you know, we've said this so many times, but what are you going after? You know, what is it that you want out of this business? You know, maybe you want to be an ambassador diamond, and maybe right now you're sitting at distributor. So that seems really far away, right? I don't even know how many distributors technically it takes to be charted for ambassador, but it's a lot. So if you're sitting as a distributor brand new on this team and you're wanting to be an ambassador diamond, you need to just break it up a little bit. Okay, what are you going to do this week? What can you do this week? Who are those first 3 people you want on your team? Who are they? Don't judge. Just tell me who is it that you want on your team with you? Ask them. Invite them. What are they going to say? No? Okay, move on. Who are the next 3 people you want on your team? You do it a little bit at a time. We blitz, we wrap, and we repeat. That is how we build our businesses. You know, you have to be willing to be greater than, no, I'm not saying this right. You're willing to has to be greater than you're wanting to. You can want all you want, but if you're not willing to do the steps that it takes to be successful, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to get to diamond sponsoring 3 people a year. I'm going to tell you that right now. You will not. If you do, it will be a slow, painful death of your business. You have to be willing to do what it takes more than you're wanting to do what it takes. And that all comes back down to that interest versus commitment. When we're interested in something, we do it when it's convenient. When we're committed to something, we do it anyways. Even when we don't feel like it, even when we're not, you know, in the ideal place. I'm sure some of you, even on this Zoom right now, you might not be in the most ideal place to be on this Zoom, but you're committed and you're on it, right? So people, I've posted this so many times in Raps Rock, but hobbies are interests. Hobbies don't make you money. When you're committed to things, they will make you money. So remember that your willing to has to be bigger than your wanting to. Well, I want to go diamond, but I'm not willing to sponsor enough people to go diamond. Well, I want to wrap people, but I'm not willing to go out and talk to people to ask them if they'd like to wrap. You have to ask for the business, and you have to be willing to do what you need to do to get it done. If that means we're messaging 25 people a day, then do it. Is it out of my comfort zone? Oh yeah, it is. It is, definitely. But you know what? Nothing magic happens inside the little box that we all live in. If it did, we'd all be rich and famous, right? We would all be somewhere and be where we want to be, and there'd be no place else to go. Tracking your daily activity is really important to make sure that what you're doing is actually money making. You know, if you're sitting there, just say you're sitting there, you're making videos for people all the time, or writing lists of things to do, getting ready to message 25 people, but you never really get to message more than 1. Sometimes when we think too much, we think we're working our business, but we're not. We're thinking about working our business. We're planning on how we're working our business because we want to work our business, but we're not willing to implement those things that we've planned. It is so very important to take action. Action is the only thing that is going to propel you forward. That is it. I mean, there's no other way around it, you guys. I always tell people it takes the same amount of time to get to diamond. It's the same amount of work, whether it takes you a month, 6 months, a year, or 10 years. You're still going to have to put in the same amount of work. But I'll tell you what, Success loves speed. And it's way, uh-oh, hold on, got the dogs barking. I'll be right back.
While we're waiting for Stacy, one of the things I was thinking about this morning was how to do 25 more contacts every day. And one of the things I was thinking is that if we do parties, for every party you're going to get probably 4 or 5 contacts, and that will increase the numbers of people that you're seeing every week. So my goal is to do 6 parties by the end of this month, so that I can get probably an additional 30 to 50 people. And with 6 parties, I should be able to hit the number of distributors I want to get for this month. So I'm just putting that out. That was one of the things I was trying to figure out, how to increase my visibility. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Monica. Thank you. That was an awesome tip. I loved it. Because, yes, the more people we can get in front of, the better, the faster we will grow. I grew my business through parties in the beginning. That is how I grew. You know, if you don't hold parties, I highly encourage you to become a party person. You don't have to, but, you know, you think about if you scheduled 10 wrap appointments in the next 2 weeks, you're going to be spending probably about an hour with each of those. That's about 10 hours of your time. But you could talk to those same 10 people and probably be more effective in just a couple hours at a party. So if
parties. I love parties. Please
yes,
do that.
that's awesome. And you should. You can grow so much faster because you do get more exposure. You know, instead of taking that 10 hours and doing 10 different wrap appointments and meeting 10 people, you could be meeting 50 people and talking to 50 people in that same amount of time. So, I mean, that was a great tip, Monica. I appreciate that. So I've said this before on calls, but if you invited 2 people every single day, just 2 people, honestly, to have a look at your business opportunity, that'd be 14 people a week, right? It's not that many, especially when we're talking about messaging 25 people a day. 2 people. On a low average, 3 every week will listen to your opportunity. Okay? 1 of those will join. That is offering it to 2 people every single day. What if you upped that, though? What if you literally offered it to 5 people a day or 10 people a day, genuinely offered the business? Your numbers are going to go up exponentially. That is how these people that recruit so many people, that is what they do. They are talking to that many people a day. The girl that I was telling you that says she messages 50 to 100 people a day, she sponsors 15 to 25 distributors a month. So those numbers, it's a numbers thing. We all know that. We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Here's a fun little story, and I've told this before, but many of you have not heard this. If I told you that in your backyard, now everybody here has different size backyards. Some people might have acres. But if I told you that there was 3 gold bricks buried in your backyard right now, and all you had to do is go dig and find them, do you think you'd be out there digging? Do you think you would be out there digging until you found those 3 bricks of gold? I don't care if you had 20 acres. Would you still keep digging if you knew there was 3 bricks of gold buried on your property? And maybe it was only 2 feet down. Would you keep digging until you found them? Of course you would. You know the value of those 3 bricks of gold, right? It's the same thing in this business, you guys. Another fun analogy I like to use, if I told you that I would give you $500 for every single person that you get to listen to your opportunity, do you think you could go out and find one person right now? Do you think you'd get off the Zoom and find one person right now to share this opportunity with that would listen to you? $500 in your pocket right now. Do you think if you're offered $500 for every person, you might be able to find more than one?
Heck yeah. Are you going to give me $500? I'll get it.
Well, that's what you're missing out on if we're not.
So true. So true.
That's what you guys need to think about. When you are not offering a person the business opportunity and getting them to sit down and listen to whatever it is you have to say, or if you send them my recorded call or get them on a virtual opportunity or whatever it is, but you know, get them on a 3-way call with your diamond upline or a sideline here, whoever you admire, it doesn't matter. You're missing out on bricks of gold everywhere. Everywhere. I know for a fact, even for me, if somebody said, Stacy, from now until midnight tonight, I'm going to give you $500 for every single person that you can get this opportunity in front of. You can bet your ass I would fill a room full of people, right? Because that's what we can see. We know that we do things, we get paid to do them. That's kind of like a linear, normal 9-to-5 job. If that was my job and I got $500 for every single person, I'd be getting that room full. I'd find a ton of them. But because we don't see that tangible money right up front, somebody's not handing you $500 for spilling this opportunity to somebody, we miss the, I can't even think of the word I'm trying to think of, but we miss it. Because we're not going after it with that enthusiasm like it's worth $500 to us. You know, you might offer the opportunity to somebody that's going to be worth $1 million to you someday. You're looking for those bricks of gold.
Basically, we missed a payday, and it's your money, like you're saying, that whether you talk to somebody or don't talk to them, that you're in control of. So if I choose not to go and talk to those people every hour, the 20 people that we need to get for whatever it might be today, I'm only hurting myself. I'm only hurting my, my business, my paycheck. So I think we also have to look at it like that,
Exactly. So, here's the thing too, we're talking about you're willing to has to be bigger than you're wanting to. It's not who will you talk to, it's are you willing to talk to them? Because I'm sure I want you to think about somebody on your chicken list that you would love to offer it to, but you're just scared to death. If I said right now, if you go offer them that business and talk to them and I give you $500, you will do it, right? You would be willing to offer it to them for $500. But you're not willing to offer it to them for yourself and just knowing that that could be my next brick of gold right there. It happens. What if your neighbor next door is on your chicken list and you so badly want to talk to your neighbor and you find out pretty soon that your neighbor has joined with somebody else because you never talked to them? Remember, they're not your prospect until you have talked to them. Just because in your mind they're your prospect, they are not yours until you have offered them the business opportunity. So that neighbor joins, and 2 years later is a top 15 income earner with It Works. How would that make you feel? Because you were too chicken to go talk to them. How would that make you feel? How would it make any of us feel? So if you offered 2 people a day the business, just offered, hey, have you ever, thought about doing something like I do? Hey, by the way, we get some amazing benefits as a distributor. Are you willing to learn more? Hey, are you interested in becoming healthy, lose some weight, or making some extra income? Hey, by the way, this is an amazing business opportunity if you're looking to add an extra stream of income to your household. That's offering. That's not sitting down with them. So if you offer it to 2 people a day for 2 years, every day for 2 years, you'll sponsor on average over 100 people in 2 years. That is doing more than the steps to success on average each month. And that is just offering it to 2 people. Doesn't that sound simple? But you guys, it is a numbers game. And if you are not willing to do this for yourselves, who's going to do it for you? Nobody else is going to do it for you. If you want something different, you have to try something different, right? We all do. I don't care where you are in the business. If you're stuck, you need to do something different. If you're doing awesome, hot damn, don't change anything. Don't fix what isn't broken. But if it's broken and it's not working, you need to do something different. So who would you go out and offer this to? So I'm going to give you some ideas. Reach out to your customers. Number 1, your existing customers. Reach out to former potential distributors. If you have a former potential distributor you haven't talked to for a while. How about for those of you that have been in for a while, reach out to former builders. Maybe they had life. I'm not talking about house builders. I'm talking about people in the business that were on your team. People that got it. Maybe they were only in for a month or 2 and then life happened and they quit. And you never heard from them again. Reach out to them. Maybe it's time for them to take another little peek. Maybe it's their time. Everybody has a time, right? Look at your phone and your Facebook contacts. Ask for referrals. Remember, like I said, a prospect is not a prospect until you have had a conversation with them, right? You can't think, well, my neighbor joined and I was going to talk to my neighbor, but she joined with this other person that wasn't chicken. And now she's a top income earner in the company. Oh, man. You know, that's $1 million mistake right there. So when we bring in these new distributors, it's really important for you to partner with your new distributors and get them off right away to the right start. You know, walk them through the E-Suite. Tell them where their trainings are. Tell them where to print out the steps to success and their hundreds list. Help them make a hundreds list. You know, and your hundreds list doesn't have to have 100 people on it. It should eventually have thousands of people on it. You are not ever going to take a person off of your contact list, ever, unless they're in with you. You never remove somebody from your contact list. Give your new distributors homework. It might be, you know, to start with, to watch their training videos. It might be to read the new distributor post pinned in Wraps Rock. Ask them, who do they want their 3 first business partners to be? Who would you love to have on your team with you right now? Great. Let's set up a call. I'd love to chat with them with you. Let's share your enthusiasm. Who do you want to earn this cruise with you? Who do you want to help earn a $500 bonus? We have gifts to offer here, guys. You know, what's the worst somebody's going to do? No, I don't want to earn a $500 bonus. Okay. Nope, I don't want to go on a cruise. Okay, that's fine. Nope, I don't want to make new friends. Okay. It doesn't matter. Your job is to offer. Theirs is to accept or decline. Perfect. That's it. That's it. So that's really all I have to say today. So if you guys have any questions, unmute yourself if you have any thoughts, questions, or otherwise. Aha moments. Or any, oh my gosh, I've got to get my togethers. I have those daily. So, anybody?
Thank you, Stacy, for doing this call.
Oh, you are welcome. Hopefully it didn't come out all jumbled because I know I was like all over the place, but.
It was amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have a thought? Nothing? Okay. If you don't, we're going to leave it at that. And until next time, I'm going to try to do a Zoom with our PREZ group every single week and connect. And if there's things that you have issues with, please post in in the PREZ group, not in the message thread, but if there's things that you want help with or ideas with, please post in that group so that we can help you. We're all here to try to help you be successful. And every single one of you play a key important part in our businesses. And, you know, we want to treat you like royalty so we can have your loyalty. I love that. But please reach out to us. We are here to help you be successful. And we just don't know if we don't know. So reach out if you need help. Okay? Okay. I love you guys. We'll talk to y'all soon. And I'll post the recording soon too. Bye.